Are you guys here? It's so dark, I can't see anything. It was 30th of November 2023, and my friends Sam, Daniel, and I were finally escaping the city for a weekend at a remote resort. We packed our bags, stuffed with snacks, movies, and board games. The drive to the resort was full of laughs and plans for a relaxing time. Once we arrived and settled into our suite, we made our way to the lounge to watch a movie, feeling the quiet of the countryside settle around us. Sam got up to grab some water from the kitchen, but he came back with a puzzled look. He had a glass in his hand and an eyebrow raised.
Did anyone turn on the stove? There was a pot bubbling when I went to the kitchen.
What? No, we haven't even cooked anything yet.
Maybe the last guest had been careless. The place seemed safe enough, so we went back to watching the movie. Outside, the sky started to darken, and the wind began to pick up. As the storm rolled in, bringing howling winds and driving rain, I couldn't help but feel a little uneasy. The storm made everything seem off. Sam was sitting on the floor, and I saw him suddenly lean forward, staring at the window.
Did you see that? A shadow just moved outside.
Sam didn't seem convinced, but he turned back to the movie anyway. Minutes later, there was a loud knocking on the window, a hard rapping that made all of us jump. We turned to see a hooded figure standing outside in the rain, his face hidden by the hood. His voice was nearly drowned out by the storm when he spoke.
Please open the door.
Sam hesitated, but eventually walked over to the door. Maybe the guy needed help. But when he opened it, there was no one there, just a rain-soaked porch. Sam came back, looking more confused than ever.
There's no one outside, just an empty porch. That's strange.
I decided to make some tea to calm our nerves. As I entered the kitchen, I noticed the kettle boiling over, smoke filling the room. I yelled back to Sam. Sam, didn't you say you turned off the stove?
I did. How is it back on?
He was sure he had. Before we could figure it out, a loud crack of thunder shook the resort, and everything plunged into darkness. I called out in the darkness, feeling my way around the furniture. Are you guys here? It's so dark, I can't see anything.
Hang on, I'll turn on my phone's flashlight.
When Denial switched on the flashlight, it cut through the darkness, casting eerie shadows. I stepped forward, but my foot hit something hard. I looked down and felt a chill run through me. It was a human skull. I stumbled backward, barely keeping from screaming. Denial, still holding the flashlight, went to the kitchen to get water for me. Moments later, we heard him scream. He came racing back, shouting,
The fridge is full of human skulls. We need to get out of here.
We sprinted to the car, our hearts racing with fear. Sam and I jumped into the front seats while Denial got in the back. Just as Sam started the engine, he glanced in the rearview mirror and froze. The hooded figure was sitting next to Denial, his face still hidden beneath the hood.
Who are you? Why are you following us?
Ha 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 ha, hey guys. You are my new victims. Thank you for visiting my resort.
In the back seat, Denial was frozen with fear, his eyes fixed on the hooded man who had appeared beside him, his sinister whisper still echoing in the confined space of the car.
You are my new victims.
He'd said, like a cold breath of wind that made us all shiver.
Don't worry, we're getting out of here.
A few minutes later, we spotted the hooded man standing in front of our car. Sam hit the gas, but as we accelerated, the hooded man vanished into thin air. Yet, his sinister whispers and chilling laughter lingered in the air, filling the atmosphere with a sense of dread and horror. The storm intensified, thunder crashing overhead and lightning splitting the sky with jagged streaks. The wind howled as if warning us to turn back, and the rain pounded against the windshield with unrelenting force. But we pressed on, desperate to put as much distance between us and the cursed resort as possible. The car skidded around tight corners, barely staying on the road as Sam fought to keep control. The sense of dread was palpable, as if the hooded man was not just beside Denial, but all around us.
He's still there, Sam! He's not going away!
I looked back and saw it too. the hooded man's dark silhouette, almost fading into the darkness, but his presence was unmistakable. He seemed to grow larger, the hood spreading like a dark cloud that threatened to engulf us. Then, without warning, the car swerved violently, veering off the road. Sam fought to regain control, but the slippery ground betrayed us. We knew we had to keep moving, even if our journey was uncertain. We ventured deeper into the forest. The whispers returned, haunting our steps. The hooded man might not have been physically present, but we could feel him, like a malevolent spirit watching from the shadows. His chilling whisper echoed in the storm.
You are my new victims.
As we put more distance between ourselves and the resort, the eerie whispers of the hooded man gradually faded into the distance. With each passing mile, the oppressive weight of the night began to lift, leaving behind only the lingering memory of our terrifying ordeal at the cursed resort.